Okay, children, the time now is 10:45. Let's begin lesson. All right. So welcome to 88 Tuition. This is the master class for the lower primary. So if you're in P3, P4, welcome. All right. This lesson is going to be very useful to you in the later part of the year, especially for the primary 4. All right, because primary 4, you're doing mainly on decimals. All right, primary 3, maybe not so much, but primary 3, you're taught something called money. Right, money also got something called decimals involved. It's like $2.50. So the decimals is involved. And the technique that I'm going to teach today, right, is actually quite important. All right, regardless you're in primary 3, primary 4, or even though we have some P5 and P6 joining us this year, all right, this lesson. All right, so it's a good revision for them. All right, so the P5 and P6, you're welcome also. All right, but I just want to focus on the P3, P4, especially for the P4 for these lessons. Okay. So just to let you know that this lesson, right, is actually a follow-up from our previous masterclass lesson. All right. So what do I mean? All right. So you can actually go to our website. You can see our website, right? You can see my screen, right? Of course you can. All right. So this is our website. You can actually go to the dashboard. For those that are in primary 3, primary 4, right? Primary 3, primary 4, you can actually go to the learn. All right. For example, primary 3, you can go to the learn and actually you can look at the e-learning platform down here. All right. And scroll down all the way to the bottom here. So the masterclass is done on a monthly basis. Last month we talked about something called what? Moving decimals. All right. Moving decimals and area and perimeter. So today's lesson will be a continuation of what? Moving decimal. All right. Today's lesson will be a continuation of moving decimals on how do you apply it. Can? All right. So last month, the lesson, right? If you can, go and revise, go and take a look if you do not understand today's lesson. Is it okay? So today's lesson is actually a continuation. All right. So let's take a look at the last month's class notes. This is last month's class notes. All right. Where we talk about something called what? Here. All right. Moving of the decimals, times we move to the right, divide we move to the left, and we slowly do some multiplication. See, step by step working is all down there already. All right. So for those new students, right, who may think that today's lesson you don't understand, don't worry. All right. You may feel a bit lost. Don't worry. Go back to your March masterclass. All right. March masterclass, where it's in your e-learning platform. Scroll down all the way to March 2023 and go and look at the video and also the class notes. All right, that will be very, very useful to you guys. Is that okay? All right. And don't worry if you find that today's lesson, right, you cannot follow up. You want to watch the lesson again. All right. You give us about 2 days. All right. By Monday, right, the April, which is today's masterclass, will appear below the March masterclass. All right. So April masterclass will appear here for the primary 3 and primary 4. All right. So that is it. So just in case later, right, if you have no time to copy and everything, right, don't worry. Everything will be put into your dashboard. You can actually go to your e-learning platform and eventually scroll down all the way to the masterclass and watch the video and look at the class notes again. Is that okay? All right. So moving forward, let's go. All right. What do you need for this lesson? If you have your exercise book or your notebook with you, that will be good. All right. If you have the worksheet, if you printed out the worksheet, it will be fabulous. All right. Because I think the worksheet is in colors. Right. So if you print in colors, it will be very, very nice. Okay. If you have your stationery, especially many colored pens will be good also. All right. Because you know that I love colors. And of course, with your attention and focus, this lesson will be much more beneficial to both of us. Is that okay? Okay. So a little bit about the last lesson, the March masterclass lesson. We talked about something called moving decimal. All right. So every time you see a multiplication, all right, multiplication is talking about moving towards your right-hand side. All right, to your right, to your right. The number of steps depending on the numbers of 0. 1 0 means 1 step to your right. 2 zeros means 2 steps to your right. 3 zeros means 3 steps to your right. And remember, all this is times 10, 100, and 1000. Right? It's not about times 20, times 200, or times 2000. All right? Those times 2000, 200, 20, all this, right, will be handed in primary 5 and primary 6. Don't worry about that. All right, so for P3, P4, we only think about something called times and divide by 10, 100, 1000. And this portion, when we talk about division, all right, every time you see this word division, all right, it's moving on to the left. Again, how many steps to move depends on the number of 0. 1 0 means 1 step, 2 0 means 2 steps, 3 0 means 3 steps. Once again, in P3, P4, we only focus of times 10, divide by 10, times 100, divide by 100, times 1000, divide by 1000. All right. In P5 and P6, you will be trained how to adjust. Let's say times 5000, no problem. How about divide by 300? No problem. All right, that will be in P5 and P6. But P3 and P4, let's just focus on this few to build our confidence. Then later going up to P5, you will not be lost that easily. Is that okay? All right, so the last lesson in March, right, I talked about these moving decimals. All right, and why is it important? Where is the application? How do we apply it in? All right, it's actually mainly into something called measurements. All right, so many of the students, right, they are afraid of this conversion thing, which I don't understand. All right, you're supposed to be very good at conversion. All right, because conversion is really very simple. For example, kilogram, right? Kilograms to grams. What do? K. Every time you see the K, right? The K actually means what? The K actually means times what? 1000. Right? K means 1000. Right? So 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. And remember, children, remember, all right, that mathematics is all about two direction. From kilograms to gram is times 1000. From grams to kilogram is the opposite, divide by 1000. So children, remember that measurement, right, shouldn't frighten you away. Shouldn't. Right? It's actually very straightforward. It's about just converting from kg to grams, or maybe liters to milliliters, or maybe from meter to centimeter and all this. All right, it shouldn't worry you so much. You must be very comfortable. All right, and how to make it even comfortable is actually by using the moving decimals. Can? As you can see, kg to grams, right, is like, wow, times 1000 means that got 3 zeros, 3 movement, right? Yeah. And times means what? Times means to the right, right? Yeah, can you see? All right, so it is an application of previous week's lesson, all right, about moving decimals. Can? 3 0 means 3 movement. Okay, later I'll show you. Don't worry. All right, divide by 1000 is towards the left. 3 0 again means 3 movement. Okay? Okay, so easy. Let's talk about first question 1A, about measurement conversion. When the question asks you, hey, 92 kg, how to change to gram? Oops, 92 kg, I think it's my weight. Don't tell people, okay? Yeah, I'm actually quite heavy, yeah. Last time I was over 100 plus. Right, last time I was over 100 plus. So when I was in national service, right, I was I belong to the big group. Yeah, big lah, big. Don't use the word fat lah, all right? You hurt people. Use big lah. So in national service, I was the big group. Yeah. Then slowly after national service, right, I tell you, right, because of all the training and all this, I become Mr. Slim, Yeah. So it's like an advertisement. So my sister make an advertisement out of me, right? She put my before picture and my after picture. So before army, I was fat. All right. Then after army, I become thin. All right. But now, fat again. Okay, so that's not important. Why am I talking about that? That's not important. All right, so 92 kg, how to change to grams? All right, so if you look at the right-hand side, kg to gram is times 1000. All right, so kg to grams is a multiplication of 1000. All right, so easy. 92 times 1000, right, can be easily what? Put as 92,000. All right, so this is the easy way of looking at things. Is that okay? All right, it's just like people ask you, hey, what is 7 times 100? Sure, easy. Just put a 7 and just put a 20 at the back, right? Very good. No argument. All right, this is easy. So let's don't argue about that. Can? All right, but for part B, oh no. What is that little dot down there? Do you see that little dot? Right, I'm talking about this little dot. What is that? That's actually a decimal point. All right, for the primary 4, you need to know this decimal point. For the primary 3, all right, this topic is actually not that difficult. It's actually not that difficult. That's the reason why I think I can bring this down to P3 and P4 just to show you what's happening a little bit in P5 and P6. right? And if you can learn this in primary 4, right? I got some students from 88, right? They say that they saw me teaching this in primary 4. It really helps them a lot, all right? Then eventually in P5, they can simply just do the question with ease, all right? That is the important thing down here. All right, same thing. From kg to grams, what do you do? From kg to gram is a multiplication of 1000. And what did I say about multiplication? Multiplication means to the right. All right. 3 zeros means 3 movement. 3 movement of what? The decimal point. All right. So down here, you have the number 16.92. All right. You need to change it to gram, means that you have to times 1000. Times is going towards your right. 3 zeros means 3 movement. So the decimal, you move to the right 1 time. This is called 1 movement. All right. All right. You need to move 3 times. 2 times, 2 movement. And you have to move the 3rd time here. This is called 3 movement. So you are actually transferring the white dot, right? You are transferring the white dot to this portion here. You are transferring the white dot to this portion here. All right. Can you see the white dot disappear? And the yellow dot came about? Yeah. So after you transfer, right, down here, there's this empty slot. You put a 0. Can? So down here will be your answer. Your answer will be 16,920 grams. Is that okay? All right, so it's about moving the decimal point. All right, it's about moving the decimal point. All right, so when there is an empty slot like here, right, you just put a 0 there. Okay? Okay, next one. What do you have? 0.675 kg. You want to change it to grams again. How? So from kg to grams. It's a multiplication of 1000. And times is to your right. 3 zeros means 3 movement. Where is the decimal point? Here it is. Here it is. That is the decimal point. Okay? So how are you going to move it? Same thing, children. 0.675. You are supposed to move it to the right by 3 movement. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So the white color dot will be gone because it has been moved to the back. So the dot appears at the back. What is the answer here? The answer is 675 grams. Ta-da! All right. You can put a 0 in front, but the 0 in front doesn't mean anything, you see. All right. If you don't believe, you press your calculator. You press 0,675. You press equal. It's still 675. So the calculator even agreed with me that the 0 in front doesn't mean anything. So that is the way to get it. Can you see now? So it's not that difficult, right? It's all about just a bit of pattern, a bit of moving the decimals. It's not that difficult. Can? All right. And this is something which is going to be very useful to you, especially in P4, P5, I feel. Is that okay? All right. So what about the other way? What about the other way? Ready? Are you ready? All right. For the next page. Ready? All right. What about the other way? The other way is talking about grams to kg. Oh, no. All right. So it's from grams to kg. All right. So just now I wrote this. Remember that kg to grams. Kg to grams is actually a times 1000. Grams to kg is the opposite, divide by 1000. And I did tell you that divide is going towards the left. 3, 0 means 3 movement. Is that okay? Okay, so now you have grams to kg. What is it about? It is about dividing by 1000. Fine. Okay, but what's the problem here? The problem is, where's the decimal? This is a comma. That's not a decimal. That is a comma, not a decimal. Don't panic, children. Don't panic. 3750. Okay? Whenever there is a number, okay, without any decimal, you need to know that the decimal is at the back. It's by default at the back. Huh, what's the meaning of